it's going to be good. Just have a look around and, yeah, see what happens. So, it's fun.
What appeals to you about the Swans?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, like, pretty keen to have a look around. So we'll wait and see. It's been nice to get up here just today. So.
Oh boy. It's happening. It's actually happening. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Andrew Illy. And this is the Ball of Truth. And that's exactly what you're going to get tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Wherever you are around the world. Wherever you are, you silly motherfucker. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Ladies and gentlemen, it is happening. Charlie Curnow is about to turn heel on the Carlton Football Club. If he hadn't already. He's gone. Long gone. Sydney will come up with a deal. Geelong's pathetic offer. They've got nothing, man. They're not willing to give us anything for this bloke. Sydney, on the other hand, we're probably not going to get what we want. That's facts. Simple as that. But at this point, man, when someone wants to leave the club that badly, what choices do we have? Do you let him rot in the VFL and stick out his 4-year contract? Do you try and guide him forward to be a part of this team when he has clearly made a decision that he doesn't want to be? And we're talking about someone who was in the leadership group of this team and he wants out. Does this all but confirm what I've been saying all season about many players being entitled and many players not being able to take constructive criticism? When things get too hard, they become weak, mentally weak, and the easy option is to leave. Is that what's happening here? I don't know, man. Looks like it to me. So that footage was Charlie Curnow, if you saw it right at the beginning of the show, was Charlie Curnow in Sydney about to do a tour of their facilities and stadium and blah, 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 blah. I'm sure he's already done this at Geelong. I think he has. And when I was watching that, there was a smugness to the smile that I did not like. Whether or not his agent, Charlie's agent, has put him up to this, or this is just Charlie's own doing, I don't believe it is. I believe there is an actual ploy, and they've set this up so they can get people talking and get the trade happening. There's only a few days left of the trade period. Regardless of all that, the smugness tells me everything I need to know. He's gone. He wants out. He's given up on the club. He checked out like many others did during the year. And instead of, honouring his contract, he wants out. He's quit. Not, let's rejuvenate and get better next year. I want to leave. He's had enough. Okay. That's fine. Get the fuck out. If that's how it's going to be, Graham Wright, Chris Davies, Michael Voss, Nick Austin, they will know exactly what to do in this situation. And like I said, we're probably not going to get what we want for him. We're not going to get Errol Goulden. We're not going to get an A-grader. The most likely deal that I can see happening here is the Will Hayward, the Florent, and future first-round pick. Or first-round pick. Or picks. I don't know what else there is on the table. But let's see when the offer comes in, which I'm assuming will be tonight or tomorrow. Let's see what happens. And at this point, man, I just don't care anymore. Sell him. Get rid of him. I don't want players at our club that do not want to fucking be there. I've said it all this time. If you want out, and there's no way back for this person, because looking at that face, it doesn't really look like there's a way back, man. And all you had to do was listen to George Hewitt speak at the Best and Fairest when he was asked about Charlie. And you knew, man. You knew he was gone. I've tried to stay positive and be like, nah, man, he might do a U-turn and stay. That's out of the question now. He is as good as gone. He's taken the ball and he's gone home. Simple as that. And you know what? He's not even going home. His home's in Geelong. But they won't come to the table and give us the right offer. Sydney will. They're desperate for a forward. Oh boy, they will give everything other than what we want. But they're still desperate. And I'm hoping, because of that desperation, that there is a slim chance we might get an A-grader back. And Graham Wright plays hardball with Sydney. But yeah, I just don't see it happening, man. I don't think at this point, with a few days left of the trade season, that both parties will get what they want. I mean, Sydney will. Sydney will get what they want. Carlton, we're just going to have to accept an L here. It's simple as that, man. You know what? If it is Will Hayward, he's a good forward. I don't mind him. But the thing that shits me about that is, we tried to get him. Was it last year? We tried to get him. I'm pretty sure there was an offer on the table and he rejected it to stay at Sydney. So he didn't want to come to Carlton. And it leaves a bad taste in my mouth that he's kind of forced to come to our club now. If that is the offer. If it is Will Hayward. I don't like that. I like him as a player. It just feels weird. It just feels weird that he had the chance to actually join us a year ago. And he said, no, fuck it, I'm staying in Sydney. And now, a year later, he's basically being forced for Charlie Curnow. So, that's awkward for him. I don't know, man. It just leaves a weird feeling in my stomach. Now, there was rumours about Florent being the only one that was involved in this, and you can absolutely kiss that goodbye. There's no way Graham Wright and all the other management would let that happen if it was only Florent and Picks. No chance in hell. No disrespect to Florent. Ollie Florent. But that ain't happening. For me, if I was in charge, it's really hard to say because You'd want the A grader if you were Chris Davies, Voss, Graham Wright, Nick Austin. You would want the A grader in Errol Goulden. But if you're not going to get him, Haywood, Florent, and Picks, it's not the worst, but it's not great. But at this point, it looks like you actually just need it to happen. Because you either do the deal or you get a miserable Charlie Curnow. And we saw what a miserable Charlie Curnow is this season. And it's no good for our club. There's a toxic energy there. And you can see it in his face right now that he wants out. Why would you want that to continue on next year when we've had the worst fucking season of all time? Nah. It has to happen, man. Unfortunately, we have to take a bit of a loss on this one. Unless Sydney are that desperate that they do give us an Errol Goulden or someone like that. I just can't see it happening, man. And at this point, just get it over with. The saga is sucking the life out of all of us fans and probably the team, just like TDK and just like Jack Silvani. It's the same shit, and I want it done. I want people at our club that want to be there and want to succeed. Simple as that. So Charlie, I don't think he will be at our club next year. I just can't see it. After watching that little video there from today, he's done. So yeah, welcome to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Andrew Illy. This is the Ball of Truth. Charlie Curnow. Fuck off. I'm done. I'm done with this petty bullshit, man. I'm done. And if you do somehow manage to stay, apologise to the fans and apologise to the team and the club and get your shit together. But that ain't happening. Get out. My goodness. I didn't plan on that little bit until I saw that footage for this episode tonight, man. It was actually going to be all good news. But the good news is coming because the Blue Baggers, as AFL Trade Week continues in its final days, we're here to cover it all, guys. Blue Baggers, we officially have 2 new recruits, which happened at the end of last week. Campbell from the West Coast Eagles and Ben Ainsworth, which is a huge one, from Gold Coast Suns. We add those 2 guys to Liam Reedy, who signed from the Dockers. So now that's 3 signings so far for the Blues in a busy off-season. And there's more to come and it won't stop. Then you've got the draft, so there's way more to come. But there's a lot to love about those 2 signings, man. All 3 of them, actually. There's identity there. I believe all 3 of these guys have the right attributes in their respective positions to get what we want out of them at this club. And actually to get the best out of them. They have that character. I can see it. I've seen it. And I watched all the interviews and everything so far. And I like the way they speak and what their mindset is. All 3 of these guys are confident. They seem confident. And I like that. They're confident in their own ability. They have a passionate energy about them. And they're not afraid to show some dare and some flair. And that's all we can ask for. We want a new Carlton. We need to hit that reset button. And they have precision and the ability to execute a fucking kick, a simple kick. All 3 of these guys have the most important skill of being a good kick of the footy. And that is the most important skill because this season, all you got to do is watch the first half of the season, maybe all the season, to know that we were one of the worst kicks in the league. So now we're gaining some guys who can kick the footy. It will make a difference. Campbell, and we all knew that this deal was going to happen. The news was out there weeks ago. It became official last week. And I love this. I fucking love this, man. He was picked 14 in the 2021 draft. He had an interrupted time at the Eagles with some ankle injuries we all know of. And you know what? He needs a refresh and a reset button too. He's a silky player. But more importantly, man, his best attribute is his speed. And my goodness, do we need speed. His ball use is very good, like I said. And I think our management are clear in going after these type of players with good skills, because our showcase of skills this year were horrendous. And his favoured position is the wing. And it's great because that is an area of our game we do need to improve on. He will be getting many, many looks going inside 50 to find a target. And we want a good kick on the end of that. Now that does beg the question, will he take the Blake Acres wing? You're probably right in assuming that. Acres fell out of favour this season and got dropped towards the end of the season. He could have got dropped at any point, seriously. He was in really bad form. And then he got back in the side, I think in the last game of the season, was it? But has Voss and the coaching staff lost trust in him after this 2025 season? This is a good problem to have because it keeps players on their toes. And I spoke all season about players becoming complacent, and it showed every week. Knowing that they will get a game week in and week out despite their bad form, that ain't going to happen anymore. And you can put fucking Charlie Curnow in that category too. He's one of them. No matter how bad he played, he knew he was getting a game. How can you expect to improve on your game when that is the mentality? It's not healthy. It's not, man. And we'll touch on some more of that, but this is something I believe management will change. That complacency mindset needs to fuck right off. Michael Voss has to be at the forefront of this. Seriously, no excuses, no BS. They keep saying no BS. That's what it should be going into 2026. And I'm absolutely delighted with Campbell joining our team. The other one, Ben Ainsworth. I did not expect this before the draft begun. It came to me as a huge, huge surprise because he only extended his contract with Suns probably a year ago, and it was till 2028. I didn't even think this was a possibility. But there you go. That's trade period for you. So not only do the Blues acquire an experienced small forward, as well as pick 67, we only gave up a future second round 2026 pick and Corey Durden. And so Corey Durden expressed to the club that he wishes to go back home to South Australia. So he's been traded to Port Adelaide. Now, I love Corey Durden. I love Durds, wishing him absolutely nothing but the best. And I don't mean any disrespect in this, but my goodness, this is a massive, massive upgrade. If you said to me pre-draft, would you swap Durden for Ainsworth? I would have laughed and said that was impossible. But here we are. Lo and behold, Ben Ainsworth is a Carlton player. This is an absolute fucking steal. And credit to Graham Wright, Chris Davies, Voss, Austin for this one. I've been a big fan of Ainsworth. And he's a type of player with a bit of cunt and a bit of fire in his eyes and a spring in his step. Plays with passion. He's always hyped. Good energy about him. Explosive. He kicks goals. He's dangerous when the ball goes to ground. And attacks the footy hard. And that's all you can want in a small forward. Averages a goal a game too. That's huge. Consistency is key. He knows how to find the footy. And he finds the sticks. Beautiful. His experience. He'll be 28 in February. And I think he will be primed and ready to take his footy to another level. And they say around the 28-29 mark is your peak. So I want him to peak at the Blues. This is perfect for us. This is fucking perfect. I'm telling you guys now, this one is one to be excited about. Love it. I don't know what our forward line is going to look like next year without Charlie Curnow there. I'm going to have to wait and see what happens because let's see if it's Haywood or someone else. But Ainsworth, Benny Ainsworth certainly adds a different dynamic to this forward line. And it will lift guys like your Harry Mackay's, who's played with Ben and he knows him well back in the Gippsland days. So we've got Frankie Evans, Jesse Motlop, who signed a deal as well, Zach Williams, Ashton Moyer, Will White. These guys are all going to be fighting for positions, man. Lockie Fogarty's in there. Man, Liam Reedy and Hudson O'Keefe can even play forward when Charlie's gone as the tall man. But if Charlie goes, there's goals there. Seriously, all those names I just mentioned, they're capable of kicking goals. Now, if miraculously Charlie does a 180 and stays, then there's also goals there. But if Charlie goes, which I think he will, and Haywood comes in, suddenly our squad is looking promising. A little different going into next season. And our forward line structure and just our forward line in general was pretty bad. Very fucking bad all year. And I'm trying not to get too excited at this because I don't want to be let down, but I can't help it. I'm bloody excited, man. I'm bloody dehydrated. I'm going to have a sip of water, guys. I want you to let me know in the comments what you think of this one because I love it. And like I said, there are still moves to be made here, and we've got the draft coming up. Right now, we've got pick 10, 22, 54, 67 that we just got, 72, 87, and 105. And I know we're all in on Peter Dean's son, Harry Dean, who, according to all reports, is an absolute superstar in the making. I've seen a little bit of highlights here and there, but I'm not going to judge. But that's exciting. That's very exciting. And I'm sure maybe another club might even go for him. Who knows? But let's hope he ends up at the Blue Bags. I'm sure he will. I'm not sure yet what kind of other players our management will go for the rest of the team. But, yeah, man, it's going to be very, very interesting and intriguing over the next couple of weeks and months to come after the draft. I'm excited for next year, man. I don't know why. We needed change. We've been begging for it all year, and it's finally happening. But yeah, our forward line structure, even guys like Jesse Motlop, I've been his harshest critic, right? It's never personal. I'm just performance-based. But if he's got a few different heads to learn off, like your Ainsworth and if Haywood comes, man, that changes his mentality too. It lifts him. It lifts guys like Frankie Evans, who lifted himself. It was miraculous how Frankie Evans was actually able to turn his season around. Honestly, in a season that nothing was going well. And he was like one shining light in that second half of the year. Well done. But like, he's another one. I really hope he continues that hot form. But suddenly our forward line it's just looking different. And I actually don't even think if Charlie stayed, that much would change. I think he needs to go at this point. I don't know. Really fucking confused right now with all this stuff going on. I can't wait for this trade period to be over to see what is actually official at the end of it. I'm always on Twitter, just like refreshing, seeing has something happened, I am excited, man. In other news, Sam Walsh has headed to Doha for a short stint at world-renowned sports fitness facility as he looks to hit the Blues preseason in top shape. Good on him. If you guys remember, Adam Chera did this about a year ago for his hamstring troubles, and he had a consistent year. I don't think it was great, but he was healthy, and I just wish he took his game to the next level, but it's a good sign that Walsh is going to get his body right. Because when he's fit and firing, man, Sam Walsh, he can change this whole team. And we saw it when he came back last year, how much he adds, how much energy, and just, he could be the catalyst. He could be. Future leader. Seriously, could be a future captain. Now, on that, that's if he's at the club. Because he's out of contract at the end of next year. And you know what? I really don't want another TDK or Jack Silvani saga where it drags on all year. I want us to, within hopefully the beginning of the season, the first 5-6 rounds, sign him up quick smart. Unless they've got other ideas, I don't know. But that needs to happen, man. So yeah, Very, very intriguing stuff. What is it? We're Monday. This is Monday Footy Fits, man. I'm not live tonight. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, it's 8:40 and I'll upload it straight away. But I will go maybe live after the trade period is done. And we'll chat about all the official moves. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. Guys, if you've noticed, let's give Charlie Curnow the shut up. Get your merch, guys. The website is in the description. Website's up. Plenty of merch there. More colours to come as well. They're true to size, guys. They are true to size. When I first launched this, I said maybe go a size bigger just in case. Don't listen to me. Give me the shut up. Whatever size you are, just go for it. You know why? You know why? I was just eating too much, man. And I'm like, why the fuck am I an extra large? This should be a large. But no. When you start dieting, and then you put on the extra large and you realize, shit, I was just fat. There you go. Too many pizzas, man. Too many pizzas, too many burgers. So guys, if you're a large, naturally, go a large. Don't listen to me. Don't go a size up. I just eat too much. Anyway, I'm trying to diet. I lost a couple of kgs and now the t-shirt's big on me. My bad. Shut up. But yeah, man, check out the website. Guys, if you've liked today's show, hit that like button, subscribe. Leave a comment. I really want to know what you guys are thinking right now. And just tell me everything. What you feel about Charlie. And what you want out of the Sydney deal. Because it looks like Geelong are out of the question, guys. You saw what they offered us and it was absolute trash. Bottom of the barrel. It wasn't even guaranteed. So, let's see, man. But guys, I hope you're all well. I'll engage with you guys on the next live stream. After all this business is done, my season review is still coming, don't worry. I can't wait for that. I've got so many laughs planned. I'm going to start collaborating with some other podcasters and content creators too. I'll probably do a show with Terry coming up soon. I'm going to reach out to another couple of guys who are dropping beautiful content here, Carlton content. So, yeah, in the future, we will do a 2-man show, maybe a 3-man show. There's going to be a lot of good stuff coming, man. But, guys, that's it for me tonight. It's Monday Footy Fits. Enjoy your evening. There's plenty of news breaking, so I'll be here for it, guys. Of course, again, like button, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. If you're new here or if you're back, leave a comment, click that bell for all notifications, and that's it. I'm out of here, man. Check out the merchandise. Plenty more to come. Love you all. That's it from me. Adios. Good night. That's it, man. And remember, subscribe, man. What y'all waiting for?